You're watching Kenosha Community Media.
Well, pay Jason for me.
Either he wants to say something or eat something, one of the two.
Take the opportunity to put our musical interests.
Acting, dancing, and now singing a Grammy winner.
Those movies, and particularly Night Shift, and we did Gung Ho.
Really? Never knew that.
Okay, here we are at the Kenosha History Center at the 150th anniversary of the Lighthouse, and I am with your name?
I'm Mike Mackey. I'm the board president.
Don Shepard, I'm executive director of the History Center.
Okay, let's hear about what's the event going on today.
Today the focus is the 150th anniversary of the Southport Lighthouse, which is just to our rear here. The lighthouse was constructed in 1866, so this year marks the 150th anniversary. So we decided to do a special commemorative event to document that important milestone. Next year is actually going to be the 150th anniversary of the original lighthouse before the addition. So next year another big event, but this year we decided to expand the event. Every year we do this. We do have musical entertainment and do an ice cream social. Have ice cream and root beer floats for sale. This year we expanded to have a couple food trucks on site too, to hopefully keep people down on the grounds and help us celebrate the event. So that's really the focus of the event this year.
And awareness that people don't know that this is 150 years and still standing as well. How did this whole project get started, restoring the lighthouse?
It started with a separate committee that was called the Lighthouse Preservation Committee, I believe, back in the 1980s. At that time, the top of the tower was not there. That was reconstructed. They really started the drive to focus the attention of the community on the lighthouse itself and raise funds to put back that top that we see today.
And Don, you must be pretty excited about this event. It's great tourism for the History Center as well.
Oh yes, it brings a lot of people down. A lot of people, say, hey, I've never been to the History Center or such like that. And we have a lot of new people coming into the community, so it's always an educational process of making people aware of who we are and what we are. And with the tower this year, we've been open since mid-May, and we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so much more opportunity. This year, we've more than doubled the number of people that have come through the lighthouse.
Well, they say if you go to the top, if on a clear day, you can see the skyline of Chicago.
That's true. That's true. But on a clear day.
On a clear day, exactly. And then it's great that what's the correct term? Is it Keeper's Cottage or Keeper's? I get corrected too.
People hate it certain people hate it when you say Lighthouse Keeper's Cottage, because it's never been a cottage itself. It is a light station itself, and that would be the correct term itself.
And for those who want to come down and tour the area, the History Center or the Lighthouse, the address here?
Right. We're at 220 51st Place. We prefer you to start at the center and then come up the hill.
And then a website or phone number for more information?
654-5770, and you'll get the History Center.
Website address is www.kenoshahistorycenter.org.
Well, it's just an absolute terrific event today, historic with the 150th anniversary. And thanks so much for participating in this event today. Here we are at the Kenosha History Center 150th anniversary of the Lighthouse, and I am with your name?
Pam Bauer.
Pam, you got a great booth here. Let's hear all about it.
We are Greyhound Pets of America, Wisconsin. We rescue ex-racing greyhounds and put them up for adoption to good homes.
So what's the advantage of adopting a greyhound?
Greyhounds are very laid back. They're quiet, calm, not much energy. Like people would think that they're great racing dogs and they have to run all the time. They do not. They kind of have one burst of energy and then they're on the couch for the rest of the day. Love to be with their people.
Is for people who want to get adopted, do they go on a website or you just go on other events throughout the summer?
Greyhound Pets of America, Wisconsin does have a website, www.gpawisconsin.org, and on that website you can find out about different events that we have in the area, dogs that are available for adoption. If you are interested in adopting, there's a bunch of learning sites that you can see about what life is like with a greyhound in your home.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for. Oh, what did you think of the event today?
Excellent, very nice, and perfect weather.
All right. Well, thank you so much for time with us today.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Okay, here we are at the Southport Lighthouse Station in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I am honored to be with Ed Werner.
Ed Werner.
And Ed, great presentation, great event today. For those who don't know about the 1866 lighthouse, let's give a little background history of it.
This is the third government lighthouse that was down here on the property. First one was in 1848, but only lasted 8 years because it was made of bad brick. Well, the brick wasn't baked right, so that didn't last. So then they replaced it with one in 1858, 10 years later. That one started to crack, and that one was right here on the spot where this one is. This time when they built the 1866, they put the footings in right, nice and deep. So this has stood now for 150 years.
I like your outfit, the uniform. Let's hear all about that. What are you representing?
This uniform was designed in 1882. Prior to that, the lighthouse keepers did not have a uniform. Women lighthouse keepers never had a uniform. They kind of designed their own dress with some of the insignia. And of course it changed over the years. But this was the original lighthouse keeper's uniform.
For when did the lighthouse retire, when they stopped using it?
This one?
This one, yeah.
This one about 1906. In the late 1890s, Grosse Pointe in Illinois and Wind Point in Racine, Wisconsin, were higher than this lighthouse. This one was 55 foot high. We're on a 19-foot hill, so this was a 74-foot lighthouse. But in Evanston, the Grosse Pointe light and Racine are over 100 foot high. So they could throw a beam of light farther out in the lake, which meant it was safer for the vessels out there.
So in 1906, they stopped using this lighthouse?
Right.
So it was just vacant for all those years?
Well, no, not at all. The lighthouse keepers were still here, but what they did, they used the pier head light then as a harbor light. So this light was decommissioned. They put a 25-foot tripod mast up on the top of the tower, and they flew the weather signals from there for many years. In about 1960-something, they didn't need that anymore because communications aboard vessels was so advanced.
I know you're very responsible with the group restoring this back to, and getting the lantern up there. A little history, because at the time the lantern wasn't up there.
Right, the lantern room was not up there. They took it down about 1913. So we got here and we refurbished the tower about 1989. We couldn't find a lantern room to replace what was up there, so we had to build one. The big problem we had was it a 10-sided light or an 8-sided? When we got up on the gallery deck up there, we could see where the base was, and we counted the base plates. There was 10 of them, so we know we had a 10-sided lantern room. So $35,000 later, we had a replica lantern room built.
And it lights to this day.
Oh yeah, it lights every night. Every night. It's on a photoelectric cell.
Any further restoration on any areas of Southport, or is everything pretty much done?
Oh no, of course the keeper's house is a museum now. That's a constant job. The tower is going to be refurbished somewhat. We just talked to the Coast Guard. They're going to see about helping us with the Fresnel ends up there. It isn't a Fresnel ends anymore, but it's an optic up there now that's plastic, but it works great. But it's not a navigation aid anymore. We don't do that.
Well,
it's a work in progress.
It's a great tourist attraction for Kenosha as well, and very historic, and it's a great event today. Ed, thanks so much for participating in your work in restoring the lighthouse, and thanks so much for talking.
I had a good committee.
Welcome back. And in the studio tonight, we have a great guest here that have a lot to talk about, and that's Lou Molitor, the Executive Director for the Kenosha Area Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you. A round of applause. I'm surprised.
Well, you do so much for the community, Lou, and we thank you so much for coming on down.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
For those who don't know about the Chamber of Commerce, what is it?
Well, the Chamber of Commerce is a member-based business association. We're celebrating 100 years in 2016. Now, I have not been with the Chamber 100 years, despite what people may think, but nonetheless, we're very excited because we have a lot of things going on this year, and the big celebration will be October 1st at a formal dinner at Parkside in the Grand Ballroom, where we're going to be honoring not only the Chamber's 100 years, but the history of many of our old time or long-standing businesses in Kenosha, like Andrea's and Lamakia's and Kenosha News, and they've been here for 50, 75, 100 years, so they're celebrating with us.
What's kind of nice about the Chamber, you also host those ribbon cuttings when a business is ready to open. What new businesses opened this year, or ribbon cuttings?
Well, I think we had 22 ribbon cuttings last year, if I'm not mistaken, in our statistics. And the last one that I attended was Familia Dental up on Highway 31, a great business there, a dentistry business. Our mission is to provide opportunities to engage and connect members with the greater community. And ribbon cuttings actually allow the public and other businesses to come and see a business opening, to take a tour, and to have that business then engage with the public. And that's what our mission is. And the more ribbon cuttings we have, that means that our economy in Kenosha is doing well, and we that's what we strive for.
Great. And then it's great that your members can go to those business after fives, where it's like if they haven't ever been to that business or may ride by, it's a great opportunity to meet and network.
Well, one of the mainstays of all chambers, including the Kenosha Area Chamber of Commerce, is our business after five or networking activities. We feel strongly that networking is a great way to increase your business success, to put more potential customers in front of you, and that could lead to greater revenue and profits. So we try to have a business after five every month. Not always, but we tried. The last one we had, I believe it was, we had a business after five at Platinum Systems, a great computer company here in town. And then we had actually a business before 9, like a breakfast kind of business after 5. We had that at the Kemper Center that was well attended, and a lot of people that can't make the business after 5s, after work, appreciated being able to come before hours, and network and get some potential customers in front of them.
Oh yeah. Well, the one big event that's coming that it's a great time every year is Grill Games, and that's open to the public. And for those who haven't been to the Grill Games event, let's hear all about it.
Well, this is our 6th annual Grill Games, and it is free to the public, as you said. It is a barbecue festival, contest, and a music festival. We have competitors from the Kansas City Barbecue Society, which is a national circuit, and typically we have between 30 and 40 teams compete in 4 categories of meats: beef, brisket, chicken, ribs, and pork shoulder. And they're judged according to strict standards by the Kansas City Barbecue Society, and have the opportunity to win up to $9,000 in prizes. So there's a lot of prize money available. We also have a community barbecue challenge, and that's on Saturday. I have just a little blurb on it here. That's from 11 to 4 on Saturday. And for those that think they have the best barbecue chops in Kenosha, no pun intended, they can sign up for this community barbecue challenge and win $650 as far as a grand prize, plus bragging rights for the year. And so it's a great opportunity. We provide the chicken and the hamburger. You got to bring down your grill. It's all charcoal. It's no gas grill involved here. It's all either wood pellets or charcoal. And see what you can do competing against some of the other teams. So last year the Convention and Visitors Bureau won the championship, so I think they'll be trying to repeat, and we'll see if somebody's out there can do a little better chicken and hamburgers than they can. So that's always a lot of fun.
And how does that work when the community, do they taste and judge, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
we actually have judges that are from our sponsor pool.
Okay.
It's one of the perks of being a sponsor of Grill Games is that you get to judge events.
Oh.
So we have a couple of events on Friday that sponsors can judge. There's a dessert event from our professional teams. That's not part of the regular contest. And also what we call anything goes, which sometimes you see barbecue shrimp or prime rib or some exotic or fancy kind of food. And those are judged again by our sponsors. And then on Saturday they get to judge the community event, which is the chicken and the hamburger. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Who doesn't love a brisket? I'll tell you, this is the place to go. And then the music as well. Any highlighted music entertainment?
Well, we have a full slate of music. I do have the schedule here, and I can just read some of the bands. I'm excited about our act that's going to be closing it up on Saturday. It's Kashmir. It's a Led Zeppelin group that I've heard already, and they're fantastic. If you're a product of the 70s, this is going to be, I'm just going to move this down here if I may.
Yeah.
If you're a product of the 70s like I am, and like Led Zeppelin, this is going to be a great band to listen to. But we have on Friday, we have Cow Young Band, Easy FM, Dixie Crush, which is a country western band, and then our highlighted band at 9 o'clock is Semple, which I heard that band is very, very good too. And then on Saturday, we got Larry Hines, a band called Party Obvious, the Eco Limes, which was part of Peanut Butter and Jam the other day. Oh. They're exciting, a very energetic band. A band called Stereo Heart, Epic, and then Kashmir. So it's nonstop music the whole weekend long. Plus on Saturday, we also have from 10 to 3 a car show, a classic car show. Oh. That's part of Grill Games, so you can come over and take a look at, what is better than a Saturday afternoon along Kenosha's lakefront, looking at a classic car show, listening to great music, smelling wonderful barbecue. I tell you, that's just a great event for everybody to come to.
Yeah.
So.
Free parking, free admission. Come on down to the Grill Games. The dates and times again for it?
We have Grill Games on Friday, August 26th from 3 o'clock until 11 o'clock. And Saturday, August 27th, from 10 o'clock until 11 o'clock at night. The 10 to 12 time frame on Saturday morning is a time when the teams will be really getting into preparing their meats for judging. So it's a good time to go there and watch the teams in action.
I think in years past they had things for the kids. Is there going to be like a kids area at all? Or
well, during the Community Barbecue Challenge, we're inviting the public and especially the grillers that are participating to bring their families and kids down. We have Pepper the Clown's going to be there. We have balloon art that is going to be done for the kids. And an exciting new thing we're doing this year, we actually have Elsa May Canning coming with little 3-inch pies that all the kids can make their own pie. Wow. And then Kelly from Elsa May is going to take it back to her bakery, fire up the oven, bake the pies, and bring them back down to Grill Games within about 40 minutes or so for the kids all to enjoy while mom and dad are competing in the barbecue contest. So,
wow. Very nice.
So free pies for the kids if they come
Great.
out. And that starts at 11 o'clock.
Okay, 11 o'clock on Saturday.
On Saturday,
okay,
right.
Great. Yeah, family event at the Grill Games, and it's down by the Harbor Park area.
Yeah, right in front of the museums, Harbor Park, and also the celebration place where the wonderful Christopher Columbus statue is.
Yeah, right.
I would be remiss in since we were talking about sponsors, not mentioning that Festival Foods is our main sponsor. They've been our presenting sponsor every year of Grill Games, and we really appreciate that. And they have their traditional large kind of motorized shopping cart there, kind of a display for everybody to see, so it's kind of cool. So. And then Gordy Boucher is also a sponsor, and they'll have 4 vehicles there that people can look at. So we couldn't do Grill Games without our sponsors. So.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then is there a website if people would want to look for more?
www.grillgames.org. Okay. Very easy. So.
And then, and if anybody would want to get involved in the Chamber of Commerce, either help volunteer at the event or just be a member, is there a general website for the Chamber?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. The website for the Chamber is KenoshaAreaChamber.com, but we are still needing some volunteers, especially on Saturday. Okay. We need some volunteers. So please give us a call at 262-654-1234. and talk to Nancy. And if you can volunteer, I think we have 1 or 2 hour shifts. We sure would appreciate it. So.
Okay. Well, once again, come on out to the Grill Games, and that's August
26th and 27th.
August 26th and 27th, the Friday night and Saturday all day and evening. It's a great time. Let's give a big round of applause for Lou Molitor, the Executive Director for the Taylor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jeff Daniels. Want to play? I first picked up a guitar 30 years ago, and what started out as a hobby quickly became a way of life. Playing music isn't about perfection, it's about fun and self-expression. See how you can get started at wannaplaymusic.com.
Okay, here we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Summerfest here, a great celebration, and I'm honored to be here with some great musicians here today, Chris Isaak and Kenny Johnson. Great to have you guys here. Thanks so much for coming to Milwaukee. Have you guys always played together all these years? Or?
Yeah, 31 years.
31 years, so we're just trying it out, and if it works out, then I'm going to put him on a salary.
There you go.
You'll be on a salary when it works out. Yeah.
Chris, how'd you get started into music?
We got started by I tried other jobs like roofing, and I did roofing work, and I also drove delivery vans and worked at restaurants, and I hated everything else. I did farm work, and I went, there's got to be something that you don't have to be really intelligent, but you can still make a living at. And somebody said show business. Here we are.
Right. How many albums have you recorded now, roughly?
Gosh, I don't know.
I think 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah, lost count.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as always with your guitar, you got that Chris Isaak name. There's got to be a story behind that.
All my heroes, Buck Owens, had his name on his guitar. Lefty Frizzell had his name on his guitar. It's like country singers and some of the older pop singers and stuff had it on there, and I just thought it was cool to put your name on there because when you're starting out, particularly, people don't know who you are, and they're turning on the TV and look around, and they go, "Who is that?" Then they know right away.
Absolutely. Who were some of your inspirations growing up?
I think we listened to the same people. It's like from the Beatles to Buck Owens.
Yeah.
I mean, Orbison, Elvis.
Right.
Do a little bit of what. They say someday your heart will break. Loving you has been my big mistake. I knew it all, I wouldn't wait. You ready, Ken? Yeah. Now how much more, dear, must I take? Don't break my heart, don't break my heart, don't make me go. Don't make me go. Little darling, I'll always love you so. Don't make me go. That's enough, that's enough. Don't give away the whole thing,
Boy, that is just absolutely terrific, and the crowds just love it. Well, now, what kind of music would you say you sing? Is it rock? Is it gospel? What kind?
I think we're pop music, but
okay.
I have a tendency to we have a tendency to throw in a few more ballads than some. We're a rock band, but I love to sing pretty stuff. Dean Martin or Elvis. Those are my heroes. Orbison.
Oh, sure.
So we throw in pretty ballads, but we're a rock band.
Oh, absolutely. You have to touch on a little bit of your acting career. Where did the acting come about?
Somebody offered me a job in a movie. I mean, you're nuts not to take it, right? I mean, anybody, if they offer you a job in a movie, they go, I'm getting paid how much money to do what? I guess got to walk over there and drink some iced tea, and you're going to pay me what? I'll do it. I'm in. Sure.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan Demme, I think are you good friends with him? Because you've been in a couple.
Yeah, I'm pretty good friends with Jonathan Demme and David Lynch, and I got to work with a lot of good directors. Bernardo Bertolucci.
Right.
I mean, it's just John Waters. Yeah. John Waters, I love John Waters. He's crazy, but he's great.
Yeah.
The great thing about show business, you get to meet all the people that you want to meet. Like today, we're here at the festival, and people would say like, "Oh, you came so early. We've been planning for a week to come see Ides of March."
Yeah.
Because they're great, and we're sitting here in the bus, and it's like, And if I go to the front of the bus, I can actually look out and I can see him up there on stage singing, and it's so good.
Oh yeah. How was it working with David Lynch?
David is not at all the wacky guy that people expect him to be. He's really down to earth, really like a very normal guy. I think people that make weird movies, Kenny,
Yeah.
you can trust them babysitting because all the weirdness is on screen. The ones you got to watch are the ones who seem like everything's nice and sweet on screen. I don't trust them.
Okay, right. Well, let's talk about the future. Are you guys touring more now, or going to record something in the future? Let's hear what you guys are got coming up.
I recorded an album in Nashville last year, right in the middle of a tour right now. But I always keep writing, and I'm dying to get back and record some more. So as soon as we finish this tour, Kenny, guess what's happening? We'll go right back in the studio.
How long does it take you to write a song? Because you just churn them out, and they're just so great.
I mean, I've got a good start towards the next album, and I always do. I always keep writing. You know, people go, "Well, are you writing for the next album?" I never stop writing.
Since you guys have been in the business so long, have you seen a lot of changes throughout the music business in any way?
Yeah, darn electric guitars now, Kenny. No, well, we've been in it a long time, but I guess I think the biggest change I see is how tough it is for new acts. For us, I think we have kind of an established base, so it's great for us. We go out and we play, and we have an audience, and people come and see us. But I feel it's tough for people who are, if you're 18, 19 years old, and you go out and you put out a record, it's hard for them to get an audience right now. Sure. It's a tough time in the music business. Who's our friend there that she's open for us? Nicole Atkins. Nicole Atkins she's one of the greatest singers, and she's making a name for herself. She's breaking through, but it took her a while. And I watched and I thought, wow, she would have just been an overnight sensation 20 years ago, but now she's had to work harder.
Well, I want to thank you guys for both coming to Milwaukee. Can we close with some type of number here for us?
The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish lovers do. In Kenosha. See, that's the original lyrics. They cut them out.
Little known.
That's it.
This was great. Thank you, Chris and Kenny. It's been an honor for you having you down here in Milwaukee. It's going to be a great show, and definitely catch the Chris Isaak show. And thank you so much for coming out to Milwaukee.
Man. Good to see you again.